Alright YouTube, here's a update, a new project. This is going to be monster worm bin. This is processed newspaper. Just throw it in the tub overnight and then chop it up with one of the garden forks. The reason for doing this is just wanting to do the worm composting at a larger scale. This is the starter worm bin. They're doing their thing. I kind of learned that they can really do well on just newspaper. This is pretty much just newspaper substrate. There's a little bit of leaves and everything, but it's been fun, and they sure are fun to watch. But want to try and do it bigger, want to try and do it better. So I already had this IBC. It was already cut for an aquaponics that just on hold now, and basically want to utilize all this newspaper that I have, so processing it and then being able to throw food waste down in there. My escape barrier is sandpaper, so we're gonna see how that works. It's just an inch wide at like 50 grit, 75 grit. It'll be an experiment, and the top is just the cut off piece that was the grow bed, or would have been the grow bed. So it's a giant worm bin up against the house, so I can cover most of it and keep a lot of water out, and I'm able to drain it. So it'll be a fun experiment, and we'll see how it does. I'll keep you posted. So the worms are in now. They dive pretty quickly, so they're heading down into the abyss. But I wanted to take a little more video because I'm adding a little experiment to this. What you see is that half of the container was fed with lawn clippings, fresh grass, and the other half is fed with chicken feed, because those are two things that I had to try. And then each half is then partially covered and uncovered to kind of see if they feed better or prefer one over the other. Kind of just doing a little experiment on feeding worms and seeing what their preferences are for quick and available things. Alright, so the last part of the project is resetting the original worm bin. I've seen lots of different plans for small totes like that. So I put most of the worms I had back in there, but I'm just taking a handful and I'm going to re-inoculate this one, and it's going to be just newspaper as the base. That's going to be the kind of fun experiment out of this. So I'll feed these guys a little bit and we'll see just I guess how fast the population can grow. I don't know how many worms that is, maybe 50, maybe 100, but not too many. But a good environment, and I'll nurture them along. Alright.